My name is Megan Ross and I'm studying a Bachelor of Psychology at Monash University. So I graduated in 2019 with an ATAR of 95 and I was on the VC Honour Roll for quite a few subjects. So today I'm going to teach you how to study effectively and I'm going to talk about studying smarter, not harder. Once you start studying smarter, you'll be able to tackle the workload of Year 12 and you'll be able to start moving towards those higher grades. So first we're going to start off with the basics, so your study environment. So you have to study somewhere you are comfortable and you have to remember that not everywhere will work for you. Now, I understand your bed is comfortable, but please do not study in your bed. Your bed is associated with sleep, so if you get into your bed, you're going to start feeling tired and you won't be studying very productively. In the reverse, you may start to associate your bed with study and you won't be able to sleep at night. Both are lose-lose situations, so please do not study in your bed. Wherever you do choose to study, it needs to have good lighting. It'll help you work better. And it also has to have minimal distractions. So this may be somewhere in your room. It may be the kitchen counter. It may be at a public library. Wherever you do choose to study, please put your phone away. I understand that everyone says this, however, there is a reason for it. If your phone is within kind of your field of view or within your reach, you will grab it every time you get a notification and you won't be very productive. Now, before you start studying, make sure you have a goal for your study session. What am I going to achieve in this 2-hour block? And before you start studying for the day, I would write down 3 things you need to achieve today. What are 3 non-negotiables? And when you discover these 3 non-negotiables, make sure you allocate time according to importance. The more important task should have more times and the less important task should have less time. So what's more important? Finishing your homework or studying for your SAC? So you'll be able to allocate your importance due to that. And you also have to remember a break is not a bad thing. You cannot study for 8 hours straight with no breaks. I promise it won't be productive and it'll just be gruesome. It won't turn out very well. So make sure you take breaks to eat, to drink, to maybe go for a walk, maybe watch a favorite episode of a show or something. And make sure you develop a routine. So when you develop this routine, make sure to schedule in those breaks. And every 2 hours you get up and go for a walk and you eat something. Now I'm going to take you through different ways to study. Now the best way to study is through active recall. So this is being able to recite information without prompts. This is essentially what you will be doing in the exam. So it is great to practice it in your study routine. So I'm going to take you through 3 different methods which require active recall. So we have flashcards. So really you should be making flashcards in question and answer style and you can make them online or on paper. People do tend to like to do terms and definitions, but I would stray away from these and do answer and question style. This will help you with that active recall and it will also help you to think of what questions will get asked on the exam. So maybe the question is rank the different methods of retrieval in terms of sensitivity. And then you'll have to be able to active recall the 4 different ones. So that's a great one to have on your flashcards. The next study technique is doing practice questions. Now, this is the best way to study because the more practice questions you do, the more likely you will encounter the same questions that'll be on your exam or SAC. So you should do as many as possible. Don't be afraid to make your own and don't be afraid to switch with your friend if they've made their own as well. Now, the last one is something I call free recall. So free recall is just being able to recite information without prompts. So get a piece of paper, write down your area of study on the top, and write down anything you can think about that topic. So maybe write down differentiation and think about everything you know about differentiation. Write down classical conditioning and write down everything you know about classical conditioning. This will help you see if you know your definitions and what is associated with that area of study. Now, whatever technique you used, you should be doing spaced repetitive recall. This gets its own slide because this is the ultimate thing. This is what's going to help you in that exam. So whatever technique you choose from the previous slide, you should be doing it repetitively and you should be doing it spaced out over time. If you study a lot in one day, you're not going to remember it. You need to be studying a little bit every day and that'll help you cement those neural pathways in your brain and will help you to remember it in the exam.